is where it deserves to be.
Good stuff. I can tell you're excited. We're excited too. Kick-off just moments away. Let's get going.
Thanks for that, Matt. And before we kick off as well, we'll introduce our boundary rider, Ben Dale. How's it there down there, Ben?
Beautiful conditions down here, guys. Fantastic.
That's great to hear. And to both of you, a question for both of you, how do you think this match will go tonight?
Well, I'll let Ben go first because I'm a gentleman.
Well, I mean, looking historically over the last 5 weeks in the league competition, Birkalla won 2 out of their last 5 games, and Metro, of course, 5 out of 5. So their form couldn't be any better leading into this game. And Danny Greystone, of course, if you're not aware, has got experience in FFA Cup in the final round of 16 when he coached Cairns FC against Sydney FC, who ended up winning that competition in that year.
That's great to know, Ben. Thank God we have you on the sidelines for information like that.
Invaluable. You can't put a price on that, can you?
Absolutely not.
That inside knowledge. So the pitch is quite firm down there, despite we've had quite a bit of rain over the last, 3, 4, 5 days or so. It's been quite heavy, so the pitch is holding up okay.
The pitch looks great to me, to be honest, from down here. Yeah, great conditions.
I did see up near the penalty spot with your car keys gouging out, gouging them in just to test the how firm it was. But yeah, no.
I was going to ask if anyone could give me a lift home towards Inga Beach. My keys are in the penalty spot.
No, the pitch looks superb from up here. I've got to say, it does look magic.
Let's hope we don't get that far. Of course, this match today can go to penalties and extra time. Could get very exciting if we get that far. Could almost call it a surprise as well, David.
Yeah.
If it gets that far.
Yeah, no, let's be honest, it probably is unlikely to go that far. But look, Birkalla have got nothing to lose. They're here to try and get something out of this. Nothing to lose. Looking at a spot in the last of 32 in the nation, so they'll be up for this, I would say. But they've got to tighten up at the back. I looked at their league position, and they've conceded 27 goals in 14 league games. That's a leaky defence. That's 2 in the third tier nationally that they're conceding every game they play. So they're going to have to do something about that.
Especially against side like Metro, who tends to score 5 or so every single match.
MetroStars score for fun. Yeah,
hopefully the eldest of the Nicholas Harpers in the team will be able to help with that, because he, of course, was at Campbelltown when they were in the FFA Cup against Melbourne City.
Yes, and Birkalla or Metro would like to be the next one to maybe face an A-League men's side as we get ready for kick-off. We're here at ServiceFM Stadium for this Australia Cup qualifying final. A massive occasion for both West Torrens Birkalla and MetroStars for them to appear on the national stage. Birkalla, a State League 1 side, the second division in South Australia, and Metro currently top of the men's NPL. Birkalla 4th, were relegated from the NPL last season, so they'll want to prove a point to get back to that high level tonight. As we see both sides walk out with referee Eric Ford-Sestelli and assistant referees Leah Miller and Jaden Benneman. Also have a 4th official today in Regis Kwefalek. And now we'll go through the starting lineups for both sides. Starting with the technical home side in West Torrens Birkalla. Starting in goal with number 20, Nicholas Harpas. Number 3, Djurjevic. Number 4, Ashwood, the captain. Number 5, Nicholas Harpas. Number 10, Ahmad. Number 11, Tur. Number 16, Bannister. Number 21, Benu Zareki. Number 22, Dorigo. Number 25, Conway. And number 70, Stevenson, with head coach Daniel Patterson. As both sides head in for the coin toss, let's figure out who gets kick-off. All decided there. And so we'll go to MetroStars starting lineup. Starting in goal, Isaac Carmody. Then number 2, Scott Nagel. Number 4, Noah McNamara. Number 7, Hamish Gow. Number 9, James Temmelkovsky there. Leading goal scorer in the NPL this season. Number 10, Solanya, the captain. Number 11, Cameron Woodfin. Number 18, Barbieri, the experience. Number 22, Wolves. Number 25, Sidadini. And number 42, familiar to West Torrens Birkalla, Austin Ayubi, with head coach Danny Greystone. Both sides are ready for tonight's big game. David, you can feel it, can't you?
You can, yeah. The crowd's built up nicely. There's a lot of people just sort of coming in late, but the crowd is built up nicely, and there is a bit of an atmosphere around the place. It's great. Can't wait, you know. So Birkalla come here after beating Eastern United in the last round 2-0. That was back in the 10th of May. Ashwood and Touré scored the 2 goals there, and MetroStars in the last round overcame Adelaide Cobras 4-2. Hamish Gow and Michael Cittadini got a hat trick in that match. But the initial round was way back in the 10th of February for these for Birkalla anyway, when they travelled to Gawler Eagles and won 4-0 up there with Ethan Stevenson, Anthony Touré, Melad Ahmad and Austin Scambia-Terry getting the goals. So we're all set, we're all ready.
Ready for kickoff, which West Torrens Birkalla will take. Who will make it to the national stage in the Australia Cup round of 32? We find out now here in South Australia. Kickoff here at ServiceFM Stadium. West Torrens Birkalla in yellow and Metro in black. Birkalla going from left to right of screen, and Metro going opposite. Ball being taken through there, nearly cut out, but in the centre there, cut out by Solania. Going through midfield, Temulkovski, passing it out wide. Ayubi could not get the touch under him.
Maybe a slight sign of nerves there, do you think, Seb?
Throw on there for Birkalla.
He's made up for it now.
Austin Ayubi did get through, but there's a foul going Birkalla's way. Of course, as we were talking about that road to this qualifying final, I found it interesting that Birkalla in round 2 of their campaign, they beat NPL side West Adelaide 4-5.
Yeah.
But then straight after that, they went to a 1-1 draw and then penalties with Noarlunga United of State League 2.
Yeah,
which is very interesting.
Scambia-Terry scored in both those games. He's been quite prolific through the cup. He scored in round 1, round 2 and round 3. Took a week off in round 4 by all accounts, but yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you have to be a decent side to beat West Adelaide, right? So
NPL side, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm sure MetroStars will be taking them seriously. There's, they'll be wanting to make sure that they get themselves into this last 32. Win a wee holiday. It's like winning a holiday. You might end up in Queensland or somewhere like that, eh?
Long ball into the centre will only go straight to Wolves. Ball a bit wayward, but Gow, I think, just trips over there, and referee says play on, and rightly so. But the ball's wide now for Harpass. The cross will come in. First chance. And now a goal kick will be for MetroStars. Birkalla currently sitting in 4th in State League 1, the 2nd division here in South Australia. MetroStars coming off a 1-0 win against Campbelltown, who are in 2nd place, and Metro are starting to create a gap for themselves in the NPL. And they just have that quality with the likes of Temulkovski, who's been scoring for fun lately. But here's Ayubi, trying to get past, might look to put a ball in, getting dispossessed, and it'll be a throw. Throw in for MetroStars. Comes straight back and still wins it and puts in a cross. The header evades and Woodfin will follow on. Now to Gow. Wolves playing it back to Solania. Switch ball out wide on the close side. Metro happy to just take their time and find the right option going forward. Gao. Great hold-up play there. Just using his body. It's a through ball. They have an option to put a ball in now. Looks like it might be a corner and is.
A little bit of pressure there from MetroStars. They're starting to try and exert a little bit of their authority in the game. And they're catching Birkalla on the back foot a little bit, but Birkalla look okay at the back. Dorigo, the number 22 for Birkalla at left back, had a fairly solid challenge. He's just letting his opponent know that he's there, so certainly letting their opponents know that they're there and giving them a good, hard, physical knock. Cross comes in from the corner.
Caught. And they'll play quickly on that far side. He'll make a run himself. Alter. Deflected off the back of Solania, and Gao will try to win the header against. Gao just taking the touchdown, and it's a ball that's blocked off by Ashwood. It'll be another throw on that far right side. Throw in, it's long. Temulkovsky flicked over himself. Playing all the way back again. Already 6 minutes in and hasn't really been a side on top as of yet.
I'd say MetroStars have had the best of the possession, though. You know, I agree it's been fairly even, but MetroStars, I would say, have had more of the actual possession.
Throw on for Birkalla. Alistair took that throw there. Well done there. Battling closely. Ball going through a few legs, but Birkalla can still win out. But losing the ball there. Gao. Happy to just take it back. He's got a few options calling for it. Headed out, but only back into the path of Ayubi. Temulkovsky. Not normally the provider of goals. And just missing out on that was Dorigo.
Temulkovsky's roamed out to the wings on 2 or 3 occasions, and he's provided that option. He's not always been used, but when he has picked the ball up, he's been the creator rather than the taker. So, yeah, a little bit of movement. It's not what he normally does, I don't think, is it? Roaming the flanks.
Definitely more of that hold-up striker.
He's gone back into that central role now, but he does roam. He's been roaming across the park.
Ball at the halfway line, close to us. Solania. Wolves. That far right flank has Ayubi on his right. Uses him. Gets past with Gao. Now it's for Wolves. Putting a cross in. Easily caught by one of 2 Nicholas high passes in today's Birkalla team.
There's only 2 Nicholas Harpasses. That's what the crowd would be singing, wouldn't it? There's only 2 Nicholas
Solania.
He's certainly been the busier of the 2 keepers so far, hasn't he?
It's a long ball for Temulkovsky, but it will evade both of them, I think. Does so. Well, the ball is back with Birkalla. Goalkeeper will cross down to a boundary rider, and Ben Dale. Ben How's it feeling down there?
Yeah, very good actually, and quite timely in fact, because I just heard Anthony Solana just say he was just trying something different, because up until that point their possession was quite good, quite effective in their defensive and middle third. Ball movement was really good, and then it looks like they're just, as you said, that final ball into the attacking third, sort of just mix it up a little bit, try something different. And I thought Temelkovsky as well, perhaps maybe he's done a little bit of homework and trying to exploit some of those areas behind the fullback as well. So just a little bit more, I guess, versatility to his role tonight rather than being so central.
Yeah, I reckon you're right, Ben. I reckon Temelkovsky's not just staying middle and up high. He seems to be roaming across a little bit as well. So not just in his, where we would normally see him. So I think there is a slight change there in the tactic.
Thanks for that, Ben. We'll cross back down to you in a little bit. There's the throw in. Walls being pressured. Enough to win a throw for Birkalla. Birkalla just coming off a recent win, 3-1 at home against Vipers. Before that, losing 3 on the bounce against Eastern United, Adelaide Victory and Playford. Whereas MetroStars won their last 5. Don't seem like losing anytime soon, so a Birkalla result of any kind will be a massive upset, you'd think, David.
It would. I'm not a betting man. But if you were putting some money down on Birkalla, you would before the match you would have been getting $11 back on your $1 investment. So that speaks volumes, I think. It's just what the bookies are saying.
That was a good pass there. Trying to get it past, but Ayubi's come all the way back. And Birkalla here have the opportunity. Through the legs, perhaps just a bit of miscommunication, but promising there.
Yeah, and MetroStars are only paying $1.05 or something like that, so it's very much set up as a one-sided match. But I don't think these first 10 minutes that we've watched, or the first, where are we now? 10 minutes. Doesn't suggest to me that it's going to be a complete walkover, you know. Birkalla have soaked up that early pressure, and they're starting to play a little possession football, and they're starting to knock it around a bit. And they look a bit more comfortable, you know, maybe a bit uptight and a bit nervous to start with, but they look all right now.
Do you think Metro could be complacent at all with, you know, after coming off a couple big wins and now thinking that they're just against the State League 1 side and they should roll over them?
Well, you would think that the coaching staff have got a message through to them that they should avoid that, because that would be exactly what a lot of people would be thinking coming into this match. So I would imagine the instruction has been from the coaching group to not be like that, you know. So no, I'm sure MetroStars will have done their homework, and I'm sure they'll be. I don't think they've come into this. They don't appear to have come into this with complacency, but that was the first defensive test back there with that sort of foray into attack that Birkalla had.
Ball on the close side on Metro's left attacking flank. Deciding to play back. It's a ball wide. Touchdown by Ayubi. He's got Walls in behind. Doesn't play him. Headed out. Clear enough. Perhaps a bit too much on that ball to find a Birkalla teammate. Woodfin to Gow. Metro getting a little bit more now. Gow unable to get a ball in there. Another throw. Gow. Still with Gow, just trying to find the right space, not try and make a silly mistake of a pass. They want to find the right option to try and attack. And here it is now, maybe, with Ayubi. Low ball in, corner.
A little bit of possession football, MetroStars, and then they press down that side to get that final ball in. So threatening run. Little Ahmed for Birkalla did well there, didn't he? Must be the smallest guy in the park, and he's putting his body in. Corner for MetroStars now, which Hamish Gow will be setting up to take on the far side.
Most likely looking for the head of maybe a Temulkovsky or a Solanya. Corner coming in. It's low. No one there for Metro to having a meaningful chance at goal outside of the foot cross. Another header in. Offside. Adjudicated by the linesman on that far side.
No real complaints there either, so that indicates that it was probably the right decision.
Free kick for Harpass.
Should we cross down to Ben? We haven't spoken to Ben for a couple of minutes.
We can do, Ben. Have anything additional from the sideline?
Well, the only thing I was going to say was you mentioned the word complacency before, and had the privilege of working with Danny Greystone for 2 years in the NPL and in State League One. And as a coach, when it comes to football, the word complacency doesn't exist in his vocabulary. So there would definitely be none of that. And with Birkalla, of course, even though they're in State League One, they do have a number of players that have got NPL experience. So the only thing against that is competing week in, week out. State League One obviously is a different energy, different intensity. But the players themselves individually do have that ability to compete at that level. So it'll be interesting to see how it continues to play out. 15 minutes gone, so...
Thanks for that, Ben. There's a few opportunities there and a free kick. Birkalla in possession. Chop ball there. And another one over. Temulkovsky won't be able to get to. Top goal scorer in the Australia Cup is Michael Cittadini with 3, at least in South Australia. Of course, Birkalla looking to be only the second State League One side from South Australia to get to the round of 32. Of course, we had Modbury last year. Played against Armidale in Western Australia, and then Dwight York's MacArthur FC came to this very place to play against Modbury. They sadly lost 4-0 there. Last year was good to see a side from the second division get to that national stage.
That's the beauty of the cup, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The magic of the cup. You can be a small team, and you can have big dreams, and those big dreams can come true. It's probably the only sport where that can happen, where you have a little team and they can do big things.
Absolutely.
Hamish Gow's corner's coming in now.
Cross coming in, punched out. That'll be a free kick, I think, anyway. Speaking of not small clubs, but Adelaide City are 3-time National Cup winners. Of course, when they were in the NSL. There was the Australia Cup and the NSL Cup before what we now currently have formerly known as the FFA Cup, now the Australia Cup. Adelaide City, Sydney City, Adelaide United, Apia Leichhardt all tied for those 3 all-time National Cup winners. Of course, all under different names, but Metro on an attack here. Cross in, but he's apologising for it. He knew it wasn't up to standard. Yeah,
that needed to be better. He had Temulkovsky in the middle, and he had Fabian Barriero, so 2 pretty good options in the middle, and look, it's hard to pick them out, but your cross has got to be better than that, hasn't it? Easy from here, though, isn't it? Just to go back to what you were talking about with the cups before, I was reading about the 1939 POSA Cup final. So the POSA Cup was a predecessor to the South Australian State Cup, and in that it's played at Hindmarsh Oval, which is now Cooper Stadium, Hindmarsh Stadium. West Torrens and Birkalla, before they merged, played each other.
Hold on to that thought, David, as Birkalla on an attack. Cleared out for a corner.
Yeah, 1939 South Australian Cup final, the POSA Cup final was between West Torrens and Birkalla, so prior to their merge. Bit before my time.
I was going to say, were you there that day?
No, I was just a wee bit before my time.
Corner for Birkalla. I think they're first of the match so far.
Yeah, yep, it would be, yep.
Corner now. Looking to make something out of this. In swinging. High, too high for Carmody, but ended up being a foul anyway.
Seemed to be fairly minimal contact there, but that was some leap by Rhys Djurjevic. Must have just clipped the goalkeeper as he went through, but
Ayubi. Of course, family still involved with West Torrens Birkalla, formerly a part of that club. A few big names formerly of West Torrens Birkalla: Ryan Kiddo, Louis Dorigo, James Charisi, former Socceroo, Joe Gauchi, current Socceroo. So they're a club with some very recognisable names.
You can go even further back than that. Steve Maxwell,
Alex
Tobin, Tony Dorigo. The list goes on.
yeah, good pedigree.
Headed out by Solania. Climbing on top of Temulkovsky. It's hard to do that.
How do you do that? You need a step ladder or 3. Temulkovsky must be about 6'4", 6'5".
He's a tall guy.
Yeah, and fast.
Ayubi into the centre. Woodfin playing it wide. Closely with Nagel. Back with the defence of MetroStars. Still 0-0 here. West Torrens Birkalla very much the underdogs. Ayubi for Temulkovsky, made a good run in, and it's through the legs.
Some finish.
1-0 up at MetroStars.
Yeah, it was a clinical finish. I don't, was he aiming to go between the legs there? I mean, the keeper came out and spread himself, but of course the condition or the problem with that is that you expose the areas that the ball can be slotted through, and right between the legs is a tough one to take. A nice finish. Good work up by Ayubi as well. Just raced at that defensive line, didn't he?
It was a lovely ball, and who else but James Temulkovsky to score the first goal for MetroStars to maybe put them into the round of 32. Still got plenty of time to go. Birkalla will want to get an equaliser back now. Lasted 20 minutes without conceding and having a few chances of their own.
Should we cross down to our pal Ben on the touchline?
Absolutely, Ben. How did that
see
look
what
to you?
insight he's got from down there.
Well, that combination between Ayubi and Temulkovsky was absolutely outstanding. And for me, you know, this is the opportunity with the magic of the cup, as you said before, David, is...
Crossing in a header!
Fantastic effort. Ayubi and Temulkovsky getting to that next stage in the shop window for potential A-League, because Elvis Kamsoba is a perfect example, and I talk about Elvis all the time. Went to the VPL, playing for Avondale, participating in the FFA Cup, scores a goal, and all of a sudden he's at Melbourne Victory within the space of 6 to 12 months, and now he's, you know, playing overseas and so on. And so it's a really good opportunity for these boys to showcase what they're capable of, and I think these boys have already shown me in this first 22 minutes that they should be given an opportunity at some point.
Of course, Elvis Kamsoba also won the Mike Cockerell medal in that FFA Cup season, if you can recall.
Yep.
Of course, that medal going out to the best NPL player throughout the, it was then called the FFA Cup. Ball goes ball goes through a few players there. Bit of a tongue twister.
You recovered well. You did well.
Ayubi has an option going back.
Just seems to be all MetroStars now, doesn't it, in terms of possession and movement off the ball, and Birkalla just seem to be a little bit stunned, don't they? I mean, I know the goal's only a minute ago, but MetroStars just passing around now, aren't they? Birkalla touched it in the last minute.
Not too much. They might not get another one here as a cross comes in to the back post. Gets taken down.
That's that dangerous area we spoke about before where Temulkovsky was even trying to exploit. Getting a lot of joy in that space.
Ball goes straight to Harpass. Trying to get through, but Austin Ayubi's done his defensive work and come all the way back. Gow. Temulkovsky, now the goal scorer. Ayubi has Walls on his right, instead goes central. Walls. Ayubi. Here, Danny Greystone giving out those instructions constantly to his side.
Yeah, he's getting them to rebuild, restart, reset. Just hold on to that ball again. That's a great pass.
But he's offside.
That was nearly a great pass.
Adjudicated by Liam Miller on the far side. Free kick for Birkalla. Spinning ball, headed out by Solanya. Temulkovsky again using that body of his. Touchdown, but a bit too much for Ahmed to really get control of it. Now Metro go again. Ayubi. Temulkovsky. Possibly looking to get a shot off on his left foot, but just couldn't get through. Birkalla don't have too much time at the moment. Just getting bullied off there, having to play all the way back to their keeper in Harpass. A good touch to Ahmad. Touchdown. Losing out possession, but winning a throw.
MetroStars are really playing quite high up the park. It's quite a high press they're playing. Look at even their defensive midfielders are spending most of their time at least in the halfway line, if not further up.
Header in the middle to Woodfin. Ayubi doing a lot of the work tonight. Woodfin. Cross coming in at the back post, and the shot! It's a second goal for Metro.
Nicely worked, well put away. Nobody went with Woodfin. He played the pass off in the midfield. MetroStars Woodfin, and he just kept his run going, and none of the Birkalla players went with him. And he ended up with the ball back at his feet, put the cross in, and a lovely finish there by Temulkovsky.
That's now a brace for MPL top goal scorer James Temulkovsky.
Nice little chest down by Barbiero as well.
Absolutely.
Completely unselfish. I mean, the ball had come to him at the back post and he was all by himself, but, you know, laid it off to his co-striker.
2 goals in about 5 minutes there for James Temulkovsky and MetroStars. It's a good finish in the end as well.
Yeah, it was. Nice finish. Barbiero winding back the ears. Do you know how old that gentleman is?
39?
39, you are dead on. Yeah, you win the gold star for that. Yeah, he's 39 years of age. Playing like a child of 31. I watched their game on Saturday, and I was really still quite impressed with the fact that he's able to still play at this level and that well. Longevity, eh? Greystone talks about an elixir he takes. Must be working.
It was a good pass out wide, but couldn't get that final third pass off. Looking more and more of a mountain to climb for Birkalla.
Well, they're conceding an average of 2 goals every game, Birkalla, this season. So there's something they've achieved. They don't want to concede any more. It's all over if they lose a third at the rate this is going, the way the Metros are playing. They're just pure clinical.
So that's a good ball out wide. Small ball played in. Still wide now. Has a few options in the middle, but looking for the right cross and instead playing all the way back. Across the back line with Ashwood. Couldn't get the touch off the ball there.
Yeah, Anthony Toure just lost his footing a little bit, I think.
Wolves taking that throw to Gow. Back with Gow. Has Carmody calling for it and he'll get.
I wonder if our Ben down in the touchline has got anything to say after that goal. Should we go down to him, Seb?
Absolutely, Ben.
Ben, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just checking things out. I don't know what it looks like up there, but interesting to know what formation Birkalla are playing, simply because Metro, down their right-hand side, are getting a massive overload every time. You've got Wolves pushing on, you've got Ayubi there, you've got Anthony Toure for Birkalla, who seems to be the lone ranger taking on 2 players, and it's
High pass moving across in.
It's very dangerous. I don't know if it's just how fast they transition or whether they're just he's not getting any support, but you keep an eye on that. I mean, if you haven't already noticed it, you'll notice it more so now that I've mentioned it, because it's just very, very interesting, and I don't know why they're not trying to nullify that, because it's very, very dangerous.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Ben, because at the start of the match, I tried to write down the formation that I thought Birkalla were playing. The trouble is that players keep moving around.
Yeah,
that's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I thought they were playing with 4 at the back, 1 holding midfielder in Liam Conway, and then 3 and then 2. But I think they've changed that now, because as far as I can see, they're only playing with 1 up front now. So I don't know if maybe one of the 2 up front has dropped into midfield. Conway still seems to be playing the 6, the defensive midfield position. Yeah. But they've certainly changed from when they started, because it looked to me like a 4-1-3-2.
And it might work when they've got the ball, but it's certainly causing them some problems.
On the edge of the box, having a shot. Sorry for interrupting you there, Ben.
No, absolutely no. The game goes on. We've got to continue doing what we do. But no,
I liked it. It was nice to just shut Ben up for a little while. So well done, Seb.
No, it's just interesting. I mean, like I say, when you've got the ball, you've got to be quick to transition to maybe a different formation when you lose the ball, and it has to happen quicker, because as you can see already, look at the space they've got over here, and that transition across happens really quickly.
Yeah.
And they're not getting across to close that down quick enough.
And I think MetroStars are using the width really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chinadidi getting through there. Going back to Nagel.
So here it comes across again. Go across to...
So I mean, no one closing them down.
Yeah. Now they've got the space on
either
this
take
side.
that space or deliver. They've already had Joy twice. Sorry, guys.
Taking the shot in. Bit ambitious. Just a goal kick.
You've got a button there that can mute Ben, haven't you? Hey Seb, just
not even half time yet. I could get a jump on this traffic and get home quicker,
What does this button do? Poof.
Ball bouncing about only to Ayubi. Getting past 1. Has Tembelkowski on his right. Couldn't get that pass off. It's another long ball forward. They're trying that quite a bit, Birkalla. But Metro have enough back to sort of just combat it and not let any of the Birkalla forwards get through.
I don't know if it's the right turn of phrase, but I fancy Ayubi when he runs at defenders. I really do. He really looks the threat, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Played pretty well so far.
Yeah. Well, he was, that first goal was his, really. I mean, he didn't score it, but he...
Brilliant pass.
Yeah.
Free kick here for Birkalla.
How's the body language on the Birkalla bench there, Ben?
I think it's pretty quiet, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Daniel Patterson, his first year coaching senior footballs, ably assisted by Chris Goddard and Carmen. A lot of experience in coaching, assisting him, and look, he's doing quite well in the league, but this is probably the biggest challenge for them so far this season.
Playing the ball back, but getting in Temulkovsky's way. Ball over the top. In the middle with Woodfin, playing a ball through but too long. Just over 10 minutes left in this first half. MetroStars 2-0 up. Birkalla probably want to get at least one back before the halftime break. To be fair to them, have looked like they could possibly get something. Well done by Ayubi for Wolves. Gow. Out wide to Wolves. Centrally for Barbiero. Still making that run. Temulkovsky, then Wolves. Put a ball in. Caught by Harpass.
Well held by the keeper. I mean, it wasn't too far away from him, was it? Nice build up by MetroStars though. Again. But your cross has to be a bit further away from the keeper than that, doesn't it, to be effective? Am I being too harsh, Seb?
I don't think so.
No, okay, good. We're on the same page. Might have been better chipping it to the back post. 10 minutes to half time, eh? Sorry, Seb, on you go.
Gow. Wolves getting a lot of the ball on that far side. Ayubi getting through still and winning a free kick. Probably if he wanted to, could have kept running.
He could have, yeah. That was Noah Benazekri from Birkalla there that held him back. Could have encouraged the booking, that, couldn't it? I mean, he had a good hold of him.
We do have a fourth official tonight for extra eyes at the halfway line in between both of the substitutes boxes. Might go out for a corner or a throw. Couldn't really tell. I think it's just a throw.
Stoic defending there, Birkalla.
Throw in. Perhaps just a bit too close to the byline there.
Quite a bit of pace on that throw as well.
Were you ever a designated throw-in taker back in your day, David?
No, I wasn't. You know what always surprises me is the number of foul throws that are given in the game. Not necessarily, not at this level, don't get me wrong, but you know, if you go and watch a game maybe in the amateur league or the collegiate league, and you still see it in the state league, I think. Foul throws.
That's why I find it better to just not take them full stop.
Yeah. That should be a stat we have at half time. Foul throws. You get fouls, you get corners, all of that stuff's thrown up. Foul throws would be good to see. I can hear Ben sniggering. He's obviously given away a few foul throws in his time.
I've seen a few. Haven't given away a lot.
He'll throw with the 1 foot up in the air. And
right into the path of Solana. Now with Barbiero. Ball just bouncing a bit there on the edge of the box. Temulkovsky, great body.
Yeah. Brilliant use of the body, wasn't it?
Ayubi again. Metro having a lot here. Birkalla having not really gotten forward at all in the past 10 minutes or so, with only just over 5 minutes till the half.
Yeah, I think both goals have knocked a bit of the wind out the sails, haven't they? The first goal, you know, they took a couple of minutes. Birkalla looked stunned for a couple of minutes, maybe 5 minutes. But that second goal's really knocked the wind out of them, I think. But 2-0 is one of those leads, isn't it? One of those leads.
I say 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline.
Dangerous lead, because you get one goal and it's all back on.
Gow. Solanya. Wolves. Ayubi. Just falling over a little bit and getting dispossessed by Benazureki. Gow.
Birkalla chasing shadows again, aren't they? Many passes is that MetroStars have had now? I think everyone's touched it once, haven't it? It's like a training ground exercise. Everybody's got to touch it once and then you get a shot at goal. Final ball just let them down, didn't it? Ashwood, Birkalla's captain Ashwood there just came in to shepherd the ball out and close that off, but that was just possession football, build up. Everyone has one touch and then get the shot in.
Question to you both, Ben and David, with only about 5 minutes to the half, what do you think changes specifically for Birkalla do you think can be made in terms of getting a bit more into the game? We'll start with you, Ben.
Look, it's a really difficult one because the reality is Metro just aren't letting them play. When they do get the ball, they're closing them down so quickly. That pressure on the ball makes it very difficult for them to get really effective possession, which is why you saw them going that little bit more direct at one stage, hoping that Harpers might get some joy in behind the defence. But look, to be fair, I'm not sure there's too much more they can do, and I know that's sort of a negative sort of view, but the way that you were just saying, David, the way they're knocking the ball around, it's just such a joy to watch. It's almost like a training drill, and I mean that as respectfully as I can, but unless something drastic changes.
Getting past there and just the ball across the face of goal. Still staying in, however. Don't think Metro are expecting that, and now it'll be a cross in. Maybe not. Holding off. Trying to back-heeled. Cross in, headed out for a corner by Anthony Solanya.
But as you guys said, you snatch one back and it changes the whole dynamic. So, got a corner, anything can happen.
We'll get your answer, David, just after this corner, so you're not interrupted.
Or shouted at.
Corner, back post, header. Diving upwards almost and not really targeted towards goal. David, I'll allow you to answer now.
Okay, thank you very much. What was the question? No, look, Ben's hit the nail on the head. There's not really much more you can add. I could add to that. The only thing I could say, I suppose, is if Birkalla do get a goal back and it goes to 2-1, then it's a different game, you know. If MetroStars get the next goal, then Birkalla could almost treat this as a training game and you know, something they can get experience from. Because there's some young players out there on that Birkalla side, you know, and they'll learn a lot from a game like this.
Dispossessed Gout. Sorry, David.
No, I'm done. I couldn't really. Ben had covered it all already. So.
Well, it's a great opportunity for Birkalla playing the game like this. And with the
getting past well there. Sorry, Ben. That's a bad challenge. They play on here. Might go himself. Instead, it's Ayubi. Spraying the shot high and wide. Calls from the bench calling out for a card possibly. And there's shouts for it definitely. Perhaps not last man red card worthy, but definitely a foul.
Oh.
It's not great. Not a great one to look at.
Yeah, no, that was a bad tackle. Hopefully he's all right because it's Temelkovsky, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully he's all right and he gets back up on his feet. But that was a tackle from behind that didn't seem to get much of the ball. So
we'll see it again here.
In fact, he got no ball.
Too much ball there at all, to be honest.
So it was from behind and there was no ball. He's been booked. He's got a yellow for it, but that was cynical.
Probably the correct decision by the referee.
So a little break in proceedings just now, just while Tim McCoskey's ascended to. He hasn't left the park, he's still on. Birkalla players taking the opportunity to come over the sidelines, quick chat, drink of water. And the game will continue, but what were the shouts like down there, Ben, after that tackle went in?
Sounded pretty adamant.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think the referee did well to play the advantage, and I think they've got to then give him an opportunity to go back and give the yellow card, because it was definitely there.
You don't have the advantage of a replay down there, but
no, and even looking at the big screen, I'm not sure about you guys, it's really weird because you're looking at it in reverse to how I'm looking at it down here. It's really weird to get used to. I'm trying to look at the screen, to be honest.
Yeah. It's taken us time to get used to as well, for those that don't know. You probably, you're facing towards us from where we're commentating.
Well, it was I'm telling you, Ben, it was a tackle from behind and he didn't get anywhere near the ball. It was bad.
Replay showed that pretty well. Little slip there. 2 minutes of additional time. Held up by Regis Quefalek, the fourth official. Birkalla looking to get one back, but haven't had too many opportunities. Of course, at halftime, Ben will get down there and see if you can do some halftime interviews for us with maybe a Tim Wilkowski or a Barbiero.
Can do. I'm definitely jumping on the Barbiero train. What you guys were saying before. Absolutely, I don't think I've played this well before. I don't mean that disrespectfully. He's a quality player. Has been for a number of years. But he's really taking it to another level. Yeah,
to be doing it at this level and at that age is something else.
Played in between the years of 07 and 2013, 90 matches and 8 goals for Adelaide United in the A-League. So definitely has that experience. 39 years of age. In there. Back post, and it's gone in.
Massive deflection, I think, wasn't it?
A cross-come shot.
Yeah.
Certainly wasn't expecting that, was Michael Cittadini. And just before the halftime break, it's 3-0. Definitely not what Birkalla will have wanted. Big mountain to climb now.
Yeah, that's a killer blow, that one. 2 minutes of additional time to play, and he scored it just with seconds of that remaining. I wouldn't say good night yet, but I would say get into your bed and tuck yourself in.
Heat up that water bottle.
Yeah. Make your hot chocolate. But don't close your eyes just yet, you know.
Keep the TV on.
Keep the TV on. Don't close your eyes.
Have noise in the background.
Yeah.
Well, no noise in the background. You want to listen to this these dad jokes that are coming out as well. We've got plenty more to come.
Too much body for referee there, and that's half-time here at ServiceFM Stadium just before the break. 3-0 to MetroStars. We'll cross down a Ben in a minute for a half-time interview, but David, first half, just what do you think?
It was probably most of what I was expecting, but yeah, I can give you a little bit more on that in a minute. I think we've got Fabian Barbiero down there with Ben.
Yes, we do, Ben. We'll cross down to you.
Yes, I've got Fabian Barbiero with me. He's been an outstanding first half so far. Fabian, how do you feel?
Good start for the half. I think the boys settled into the game eventually. With that first goal, obviously set us a little bit, but we're still probably, 80%. I reckon we can lift it again. So.
It definitely seems to be the vibe from the bench and from some of the players that have come over, that they still feel you've got more or can play better than what you are. Is that what you were thinking, you just said?
Yeah, I mean, the previous weeks we've really come out super strong. I think there's a couple of turnovers that we've coughed up, and that's not us. So I think if we tidy that up, there's more goals and more goals for us.
Well, enjoy your half-time break. You've been playing exceptionally well, and plenty of game. 45 minutes still to go. So good luck for the second half.
Thanks for that, Ben. Half-time here at ServiceFM Stadium. 3-0 to MetroStars in this Australia Cup qualifying final. MetroStars of MPL. Temwolkowski getting a brace early on, and Shidadini scoring that cross-come shot really late on in the half. And Metro having what, by the looks of it, to be a deserving lead.
Yeah, I'd say so. Look, the game's not over yet. I wouldn't write it off just yet, but it's pretty much done. But it's probably what we expected anyway. You're looking at a side that's top of the NPL, which is the South Australia's top tier, second tier nationally, against a side that's coming off a poor run of league results. You know, they've only had 2 wins in their last 5. That's in Birkalla in the State League 1, which is third tier nationally. So it's probably what we expected, I would say, and maybe more in the second half. But it's been good to watch. I mean, the MetroStars have been playing some nice football. It's been lovely to watch.
Of course, one of 2 qualifying finals here in South Australia, also serving as semi-finals for the Federation Cup. But of course, the big prize for either side in the final is qualification for the round of 32, as we see the goals from the half again. The first one coming from James Temwolkowski through the legs of Harpass, and that really set the tone for the rest of the half early on.
Yeah, it did. Nice finish. Yubi's running at defenders is really quite something. He's been doing it all night long.
And that there was a brilliant pass there to really just cut through the defence of West Torrens Birkalla.
That would take a little bit of pressure off, wouldn't it? You know, you find that Birkalla were trying to play football and did provide the odd threat, but to get that first goal would have settled the nerves a bit for MetroStars.
Very happy with that opening goal with Austin Ayuvi doing a bit of a knee slide.
Yeah, he's been practicing that, I can see. And the second goal.
It was a lovely cross in, and then the header down from Fabian Barbiero for the really good finish from Temwolkowski. Had it spinning on the floor and getting the second of his brace so far. Still on for a hat-trick, of course.
Absolutely,
Wouldn't put it past him to get it.
I was a wee bit disappointed there in Birkalla's monitoring of Cameron Woodfin. I mean, he made the pass in the centre of the park, and he ran on and nobody went with him before he put that cross into the back post for Barbiero to chest back down, and that left foot finish, as you say, the back spin. He's been practicing that. These guys must train more than once a week, right?
The unselfishness as well from Fabian Barbiero. And this one here was a bit crazy. It was a cross that was, I never even realised it was deflected, to be honest. The first time I've seen it be deflected.
I thought it was I thought at the time it might have been a deflection, but yeah, they all count when they go in, don't they?
Yes, that cross-come shot. Now, meaning it's 3-0 at the half-time break. Good crowd here as well at ServiceFM Stadium. So, as we here at half-time, we'll take you to the break and we'll see you soon for the second half in this Australia Cup qualifying final.
Let's go get a cup of tea and us going.
Every jump, every petrol pump, member deal and welcome meal. Every gutsy save, friendly wave, every ray of light and movie night, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps our members to save, enjoy and simply keep on moving on.
Electricity bills are stinging more than ever. So why not go Sunny? Go Sunny Solar will get you set to get the most out of solar. With no outlay and their anytime payment plan, you can put what you're saving in electricity bills towards paying for your solar instead. Let Go Sunny Solar sort your rebates and planning, and let your new solar panels get busy as bees, saving you money. Take the sting out of bills and get in for summer. Visit gosunny.com.au.
Sure, this beer looks pretty good, but actually, it's what you can't see that makes this beer at Cooper's. Because every drop contains 160 years of passion. Determination to keep a family recipe unchanged. And proud, fierce independence. And it's this stuff that will always make it forever original.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
How do you create light? It takes patience. It takes knowledge. It takes a deep understanding of how light behaves. How do you illuminate the sporting feats of champions? Feats that inspire us all. Feats that move nations. It takes people, scientists, engineers, and marketers. It takes materials that can withstand all elements. It takes machinery, cutting-edge machinery. It takes a sustainable approach using recyclable, reclaimable materials and offsetting emissions. It takes pressure. Pressure to expose and eliminate weakness so that all that's left is strength. But more than anything, it takes belief. Belief in your product, belief in your team, belief in yourself and your ability to outpace and outlive the competition. It's that belief that creates light.
Just 800 metres up Bridge Road, the Bridgeway Hotel is the family-friendly location to visit after the match, with an extensive menu featuring dry-aged steaks, a dedicated wood-fired pizza oven, and your favourite pub classics. Plus a massive beer garden with the biggest HD screen in any pub anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere. Proudly boasting one of Adelaide's premier live music venues with the greatest lineups. The Bridgeway Hotel is the premium destination for food, fun and entertainment.
Welcome back to the second half here as we get underway at ServiceFM Stadium. MetroStars of the NPL currently 3-0 up against State League 1 side West Torrens Birkalla. Goals from Temulkovsky ×2, on for a hat-trick as well. Birkalla now attacking from right to left and Metro from left to right. Metro already looking to get forward early on in the half. There was also a substitute at the halftime break. We had Austin Scambiatera, the number 9 for West Torrens, coming on for number 13, Ethan Stevenson. So a tactical change early in the second half to reintroduce my co-commentator, David Grant.
Sounded a little bit like you said, Even Stevens.
It started already.
Yeah, sorry.
Ball in for Temulkovsky. Has an option behind him, but couldn't get that turn off, and it's a corner in the opening minute of the half.
Yeah, that substitution, and Ben might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, looks just like a straight swap, a striker for a striker, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Just some fresh legs, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe, yep.
Corner for Metro. Taken by, as usual, Hamish Gow. In swinging. Should be another corner and is so. Another corner for Metro. Headed outwards almost by Solania, not towards goal. Defensive header.
That was a defender's header at a goal.
Long shot. Ambitious from range.
Yeah, Hamish Gow there with a shot there. That was ambitious, but would have been good if that had gone in, wouldn't it? That would have been impressive. Birkalla trying to play at the back. MetroStars pressing high. They must have about 4 or 5 players right up there already. Solania with the ball now for MetroStars. He plays it all the way back. Carmody. And MetroStars goal.
We also have a boundary rider, Ben Dale. Ben, after the half-time break, see any difference in body language or just the way the Birkalla bench are acting, especially after that half-time change?
Not really. If anything, Daniel Patterson's been a little bit more vocal in this first couple of minutes of the second half. And I must admit, I was thinking about David when I did the half-time interview. I was so tempted to ask Fabian what's in his diet or what is he taking at the moment, but I'll wait till after the game.
I'm sure if they win this, you won't want to know what's in their diet after the game. But they're on here, Birkalla. Don't have the perfect opportunity to get a shot off at the back post. Still on to keep the ball in. Instead, they opt to have the throw in. It's a good ball in. On the edge of the box, he might look to have a shot. Gets past one. Had an opportunity to take it on his left. Instead, it'll be another cross in. Deflected. Now with Conway putting a cross in. Ball all the way up by McNamara and headed out by Nagel.
Birkalla get an early goal here and it might be back on, eh?
Certainly make it more interesting.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, is it, Ben?
Never say never in football, David.
You're writing him off early. Ball body. Hamish Gow's in the middle. Gets the ball off. Poor pass then. He cut out. Nagel. Well done there to keep possession of the football. Just gone past 8:30 here in Adelaide in this Australia Cup qualifying final. Metro currently in first place of the men's NPL in South Australia, and Birkalla in 4th place in State League. So this 3-0 lead, not really a surprise considering you look at Metro's past league results. To be fair, only winning 1-0 last week. Before that, a 4-0 win, a 3-0 win, a 5-1 win, and then a 5-0 win. All in a row. So MetroStars love to score goals.
Birkalla probably do as well, they just don't do it as often, right?
Fair point.
Nah, Birkalla are sitting 4th in that state league, played 14. They've won 7 of them, drawn 2, but they've lost 5. But the most remarkable thing about their... I was just going to... you're all right. The most remarkable thing about their record is that they've conceded 27 goals in 14 matches, so they just don't seem to be very solid at the back. A little bit porous.
Nagel gets back. Yeah, Birkalla won 7, drawn 2, and lost 5 in the league with only, as you said, 14 games played.
Yeah.
Their goals for 25 and their goals against 27, so a minus goal difference of 2. Whereas you look at Metro with a goals against of 9 and goals for 39, meaning a goal difference of a perfect 30.
Yep. And I think Birkalla's most recent wins have just been against the bottom 2 sides, Port Adelaide and, and Vipers, who are second bottom. But the Birkalla players are still working. I can hear the coaching staff at the side there. They're still working hard, you know. They haven't stopped.
Was able to waltz through there. Was Woodfin. It's a long ball that won't turn out to anything in particular.
That's what you describe as ambitious, right? An ambitious pass.
And I think that's what it was resorted to, really, when you think about it. There's nothing really being created through that attacking third other than bypassing and trying to look to get in behind where they can. And unfortunately, it's probably most likely not going to work.
Or not work 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
You might get one out of it, but when you're 3-0 down, one's not enough. Yeah.
Chidadini getting past one. Possible trip there. Nothing in it. Temulkovski with the through ball and the finish to match.
Wonderful football, wasn't it?
They've made it 4-0.
The intricate work there, the little ball through, just the movement off the ball. That had everything. Great goal.
4-0 up, and you'd almost think that's that for Metro and Birkalla.
That's another one that's gone through Harpsy's legs. I shouldn't laugh, should I? He's a lot bigger than me. But yeah.
And that's the hat trick for James Temulkovski, top goal scorer in the men's MPL in South Australia. My apologies.
I think Temulkovski with the assist there.
Yeah.
Actually surprising. Thought he might have had a shot, but he laid it off instead, and great finish.
Yeah, selfless football.
So it was actually Michael Chidadini who scored the goal there. Still not that hat-trick for James Temulkovski as of yet. But they're on here for another. It's a good save by Harpas. Need to clear it out. Quick pressure already. Harpas has to get low to make that save. Back heel straight to Temulkovski, not what they would have wanted. Bit of a shirt pull there. It's a good ball. Birkalla will probably want something soon if they want even a slight chance of going through. This might be it now for the substitute, Scambiatera. Trying to take it on at the back post. He's there. He's onside. We'll look to keep it in. Probably looking to get a cross in. Does so there at the back post. Bouncing on the crossbar. Will be a corner for Birkalla.
You wonder if Scambiatera could have done a little bit better there with his header. He was a little bit off balance, to be fair to him. He was going backwards and he was a little bit off balance, but good opportunity for them. Good lead-up work, good cross in the end. Just didn't have that clinical finish, did it? They've won a corner, which Ahmad will take. I think it's Ahmad.
Corner to be delivered. In the middle. Header. Just wide of the post. Goal kick for Metro.
Would you like a little history piece, Seb?
Absolutely, David.
Looks like we've got a player here with a bit of blood. Looks like a head clash from that last corner.
I did see that. I wasn't too sure what they were calling for.
Doesn't look good.
Can you see if is it a blood nose or is it head?
It's around the eyes. Maybe
That's Jojovic. Can see it from that angle there. Very much bleeding. They play on, but David, yes, continue with your history lesson, please.
History piece, yeah. I had a little read of Trove through the week. Hang on a second.
Metro might look to get another. Sorry, David. Nearly getting past. I think that should be in the way of Birkalla. Try now, David.
Yeah, so I was reading that Birkalla were formed in 1933. So West Torrens Birkalla are a merger of West Torrens and Birkalla. Birkalla were formed in 33, played their first competitive match at Plimpton against Pulteney Old Scholars on Saturday the 15th of April 1933. They won the game 6-1 and the best players were named. I wonder if these guys are still around. Harrowell, Taylor and Copley. There you go. I wrote it down, I wanted to use it.
Woodfin. Nagel getting it on the far side. Playing a ball, trying to look for out wide and Chidadini, but two behind him. They get the throw, however.
And David, of course, a big part of Birkalla's history. Jack Smith, former Socceroo and sadly no longer with us, but was a massive part of Birkalla over a number of years.
And the park named after him, eh?
Yep.
Solania.
His niece Gail, you'll still see at the games quite regularly, selling raffle tickets, doing stuff around the club.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle with Woodfin, playing a ball through, and Temilkovsky trying to flick it through backwards. Maybe Metro just trying a bit more, a few things. It looks like Jojovic coming back on after having a bit of a head clash, possibly, bit of blood coming out.
He's done all right there, because the last time I went to emergency I was there for 3 hours. Jojovic, sorry, now mummified on the pitch. Thrown for Metro. Just under 15 minutes in to the second half. Both sides having a 5-man bench to use of their disposal. Birkalla already using one at the halftime break, as we said, with Scambiatera coming on. All the way back to Carmody. All the way back to Nicholas Harpass. Over the top, couldn't get the touch on. Could Scambiatera.
Just noticed as Ryan Veach went past, you got Vici, Scotty Nagel, Barbiero, all ex-Birkalla players from over the years. Some longer than others. Not so recent.
Yeah, they're doing something right down there, aren't they?
They sure are. They've got a great youth system.
On the far side with Nagel. Central for Barbiero. Another experienced player, Fabian Barbiero, still playing really well at this level. The ripe old age of 39. Headed out, and edge of the box for Nagel, looking to get the volley off. Probably looking for a spectacular. While 4-0 up, Temilkovsky couldn't play that ball out wide. Birkalla's chance now outside of the football, but cut out. Substitute for West Torrens Birkalla. Coming off will be Michael Chittadini. Sorry, not Chittadini. My apologies. Liam Conway coming off for number 23, Harrison Ashworth. Birkalla's second substitute. Metro haven't made one yet. Ball on the far side. Well done there. Ball stayed in. Chest it down.
Just been a couple of MetroStars passes that have just gone a little bit astray over the last few minutes. I don't know why, but just a couple have been a bit short or gone to Birkalla players.
Nagel.
Slight lapse in concentration as they come forward now through Nagel.
Nagel still going. Let's put it out wide. Low cross in. out on the edge of the box. The shot, saved wide by Harpass. Ball high and bouncing. Evades. Birkalla may have an opportunity now through Scambiatera. Ball in the middle. Tried to be flick headed on. Chidadini.
Looks like Ashwood's pushed more into the midfield as well in the second half.
Touched off ball there, low driven, and it'll be a corner. Ben, we'll cross back down to you for a minute. How's the second half played out for you so far, in your opinion?
Look, as David said before, a few uncharacteristic sort of loss of possession by Metro. But other than that, you know, you saw Temelkovski before, that pressure and that energy closing down you'd think they were almost 1-0 down the way they were pressing. So, you know, still keeping their foot well and truly on the pedal. So, great effort by Metro, but difficult for Birkalla.
Back post!
Oh, what a way!
Oh my
what a
lord!
Cracker!
Wow!
Oh my lord!
Seb's falling off his chair again.
Wow!
What a cracker! A
What
volley
a brilliant goal
for his hat trick. Temelkovski's got 3 now. That's his hat trick. Well, what a finish! Look at the technique off the underside of the bar from about 10 yards, but the connection
from the other side of the bar, doesn't
so it does. Superb.
5-0 to Metro and a hat-trick for James Temelkovski. And what a goal to get that hat-trick.
Very popular amongst the crowd too.
So let's go back to what you were saying earlier, Ben, about A-League opportunities. Yeah. We're looking at a guy that is surely got to be thinking about that in a year or two, right?
Oh.
What age is Temelkovski? Do we know?
I don't think
20,
he's not very old.
25 maybe?
Yeah.
That's my guess. Or from what I've heard at least, I think.
Oh, the technique there, the timing, everything, that was just superb. I'm going to go down and get his autograph at the end of this, because that'll be worth something in a year or two.
I mean, you'd certainly think the way that things have been going with Adelaide United and looking at local players and playing in the local leagues and coming through the pathways, certainly is someone you'd be having a serious look at for sure.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking him up. We'll end up jinxing him, eh?
I'm not sure anything's going to affect his performance right now, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
It's unstoppable.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to play against him as a defender, would you?
Look at the keeper off his line.
Oh. Trying to be like Nicholas Bucco. No, worth a go, you know, if you're 5-0 down. And Ahmad's had a good game. He's thrown himself around a bit, and he's looked up. He's obviously seen Komori off his line and thought, I'll have a little go, but needed to be a wee bit better, didn't it?
Nagel going all the way back to McNamara. Temelkovski trying to pull up a nutmeg there, getting a bit cheeky.
He's no good in midfield, is he?
Scambiatera against Temelkovski, who wins the ball back. It's a great ball to just get it out of harm's way.
It's interesting as a coach, because you think, would he want to come off and just start to rest and prepare for the weekend now? Or does he want to go on with it?
Well, he's got the hat-trick, hasn't he? I mean, I was just looking at the bench, you know, it's about time he might be thinking about putting some of the guys on that don't get to play so much, you know, and give them a run. 5-0 up with, what, 20? We've got 25 minutes to go. This is the time that you might want to look at just giving some of these guys on the bench a run that don't normally get a run, and resting some of those guys that are valuable or have value at the weekend.
Yeah, and the Metro team manager's gone to read just the fourth official, so looks like changes will be happening relatively soon.
The Metro bench consisting of Christian D'Angelo, Jackson Fortunatau, Ren Nagamatsu, Alessio Malizi, and Ryan Veach.
Very, very handy bench indeed.
Temolkovsky, the touch was a bit stray. In fact, Birkalla have gotten a goal kick out of it.
Christian D'Angelo was at Birkalla last year, if I'm correct.
Ball out wide. Birkalla looked to get just something out of it. Of course, you don't want to jinx it, but looking more far than gone now this game.
Yeah, I don't think Birkalla...
You're still giving them hope, Seb.
Yeah,
it's not very nice of you.
I'm a very positive person, but sometimes you gotta...
You never want to give up, though. That's the thing.
No, they shouldn't. Got to get their heads up. They've got league games, to think about. Probably I don't know. I can't remember who they're playing on Saturday, but they'll have a league game there. They're fourth in that table. They'll need to pick up points of that. They can't let this affect them. They've got to be. They've got to rise above it, haven't they?
Yeah, it'll be a big game. They've got Adelaide Cobras at the weekend. Currently second, equal on points with first actually. So technically equal first with Adelaide Croatia Raiders. So big opportunity to pick up points.
6 pointer that one then.
Birkalla on 23 points and Raiders and Cobras both on 26, so yeah.
And you would have imagined at the start of the year the goal to be set would be promotion back to the NPL. This is a bonus, really, being in the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
Yep.
Opportunity to play on that national stage now looks well and truly gone, sadly, for Birkalla.
Yep. You think they'll get one, Ben? Do you think they might get one?
I think that Danny and Metro will be disappointed to concede now. I think that would be one of their focuses, would be to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah. Would you fancy Birkalla to sneak one?
I'm waiting for this cross first before I answer.
I'll tell you in the 89th minute.
Yeah. They're certainly looking still lively when they go forward. I mean, it's nothing really creating anything clear cut, but certainly still got a little bit of energy going forward in that space. So they're going for it.
Yeah.
MetroStars Reading substitutes. Looks like Ren Nagamatsu and Jackson Fortunatau, number 26 and 6 respectively, coming on. Of course, at the next break in play, we'll get confirmation of who will be coming off for Metro, as it's a poor touch there in midfield. Gao. Ball over the top. High pass will come off his line to come and collect. It's a good throw, but it's a poor touch. Now the substitute will happen.
The surface is getting a little bit wet though. It's getting a bit more than it was earlier.
The man who probably deserves a standing ovation, James Temolkovsky, getting a hat-trick in this qualifying final. And also coming off is Fabian Barbiero for Jackson Fortunatau. What a great game from James Temolkovsky. It's rare to not say that, to be honest. Coming on, Ren Nagamatsu played in the Japanese 5th division for Artesia Osama. Of course, of Japanese himself. Have quite a few Japanese players across the league. Ball at the halfway line. Nagamatsu using his body.
He didn't really have any options in the middle there. He looked up to put the cross in, and he shaped up to put the cross in, but there was only one player in the middle and he had about 3 guys on him, so there was just no options in the middle. But Seems to be a bit of a fan favourite. I can hear his name being called out. Come on, Rennie. Imaginative nickname for someone called Ren, right? He's had a few touches though, hasn't he?
Both sides now have made 2 substitutes each, with this corner to come in now. Gow maybe looking for it straight from the corner.
See, Ren wasn't, Maggot Nachi wasn't too far away from that himself. Stuck a boot out but didn't quite connect.
And now another double substitute for West Torrens Birkalla. So coming on is Samuel Cook and Jean-Paul Cirillo. And coming off are Aaron Bannister, number 16, and Noah Benzarecki, number 21. That's 4 substitutes. Only substitute left is a substitute goalkeeper, so that's pretty much their bench emptied out, letting these players have an experience of playing a game of this stature. Of course, going to the round of 32 is the dream of many semi-professional players, possibly to getting to travel across the country, playing against fully pro sides in the A-League, playing against current Socceroos or past Socceroos. Of course, last year had MacArthur against Modbury at this place, and also Adelaide City played against Adelaide United. Ended up in penalties that match. I was there on that night. It was great to watch. Great atmosphere as well. Pretty packed as well. But it's those kind of events you can only get out of the cup. Another substitute for Metro. Coming on will be Kristen Giangelo. And coming off will be Captain Anthony Solagna.
He's passed the captain's armband to Carmody as well, so MetroStars are now captained by their keeper.
The ball through. The close side. Evading it there. David, as well, during the week as we were talking, you told me that you played a game in the Australia Cup a few years ago. Is that true?
I did. I don't like to talk about my achievements, but but yes, I did. At the grand old age of 48, played in a preliminary round game for a team in the Adelaide Hills. We were soundly beaten, but
do you remember the exact score?
Yep. I was just waiting to see what happened here.
He was hoping you didn't ask.
Yeah,
that's why I made sure I did.
He's had that note in his little book for a couple of weeks, and he's always just forgotten, and today he's remembered. No,
double digits?
No, it wasn't. No, but
okay,
I think they did get 9, but we get 3. So I look at that as just a 3-1 kind of ratio.
You think about how you want it, David, but
because I was playing at the back that day and we conceded 9 goals, but we did get 3. So I'm just thinking 3-1, 9-3. That's some score, that isn't it?
Yeah.
We played Elizabeth. I was playing for a team called Woodside, and we played Woodside Warriors, and we played Elizabeth Vale. And Elizabeth Vale I've played against several times in the amateur league. They're a top quality team. But it was great to be part of, you know, one off the bucket list, even if it was just a preliminary round game or a round 1 game.
And you lost.
Yeah.
Seba.
It's the taking part that counts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got his free sausage after the game.
I did. And I can tell everybody I've played in the Streamer Cup. At 48. That's a bit older than Fabian Barbiero.
Under double digits.
If you add the goals all together, you get double digits. There's 12 goals that day, that's double digits.
Possible push there is seen by Liam Miller.
Also coming back from an offside position by the looks of it.
Yeah.
.12 minutes left until it's confirmed that Metro have gone through to the round of 32 in the Australia Cup. See that foul again on replay there. Easy decision for the referee to make right in front of it.
It's been a good, clean game, though, hasn't it? I mean, what have we had? One yellow card?
One yellow card, yeah.
That's it, you know. Nice, clean game of football. It's been great to watch.
Getting
in
a bit
terms
inventive there.
In terms of watching some of these MetroStars players.
Woodfin. Metro look for one more just to cap it off. Nagel. On the close side with Woodfin. Now Gow in midfield. Ball into the centre. Just trying to be flicked on into the goal.
Lovely little chip through. I think it was Gow, wasn't it? Lovely little chip through.
Nagamatsu putting on pressure, still going for it. Has the legs, considering he's just come on. A bouncing back pass. Running into the defence of Metro. Nagel, a switch ball on the far side, but into the hands of Harpass.
They like these big crossfield balls. They've played a few of them.
At the weekend, Metro will be playing Croydon, who of course have their qualifying final this time next Wednesday against Campbelltown.
Tune in for that, everyone.
Saw the Croydon coach in the crowd before, Travis Dodd, doing his homework.
Yep.
Definitely.
Was he wearing a disguise?
He wasn't wearing
the little glasses with the moustache.
Put it that way.
Little glasses and a moustache. Was he reading a paper?
Smoking a pipe? There's no smoking zone. No, sorry. Put the pipe away.
Ball on the close side. Well done there. Flicked in, looking for the shot. Deflected off the back.
That's probably the worst disguise you could wear, isn't it? Because you would stand out more than anybody else. Wouldn't you?
Of course, Travis Dodd did spend a lot of time at MetroStars as the assistant coach to Robbie Saraceno before he took on the role at Croydon.
I think I might have just eavesdropped there and overheard that they're looking to replace Austin Ayubi with Alessio Malisi for Metro.
You are correct.
See if my prediction, not even my prediction.
Are you undermining your boundary rider there, Fred? That was his chance. That was his day in the sun.
I'm too busy trying to find Where's Wally in the crowd. Anyone in disguise?
Substitution for the MetroStars coming off number 42, Austin Ayubi.
And look at that.
The crystal ball does work.
That substitute, as I just said, Alessio Malisi coming on number 33 for number 42, Austin Ayubi. He's had a really good game, David.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed him. Do you know what? I didn't notice him so much in the second half. I don't know if that's because maybe he took his foot off the gas, or MetroStars collectively did. I don't know. But in that first half, he was electric.
Plus, I think his dad was going to change the locks on the front door.
Yeah.
Might not be able to get a lift home either.
Foul there. 8 minutes left of this half.
Birkalla needing 6 goals. Or 5 to take it to extra time. I'd like to see them get one. That's what I was mentioning before. It'd be good to see them get one. Because they haven't stopped, you know, they're still going.
Ball with the back line of Birkalla. Ahmad. Flicked up. Ball coming in. Low. And the ball booted forward by Birkalla. It's pretty much been their main way of attacking, David, I've noticed.
Yeah, yep, I'd agree. Possession's been the key as well. You know, they've hung on to the ball really well, MetroStars. Although I say that and then it's just given away cheaply. See, for me, that's a sign of maybe a lapse in concentration, and that's happened a couple of times with MetroStars. Just a few passes that have gone astray.
Possible opportunity here, slipping at the vital moment.
That shouldn't have gone astray. And look, let's assume that MetroStars are going to win this.
Gambiatera getting that touch past McNamara and Nagel and ending up winning a corner.
If we were to assume that MetroStars are going to win this, then that, you know, that cheap loss of possession is something they would have to address going into a round of 32. Because if you come up against one of the A-League sides, they're going to punish you for that, aren't they?
Like you said before, though, David, it's been rare tonight for Metro giving the ball away like that. And Jackson Walls has put in a fantastic shift over that side in both halves. So maybe a little bit of physical, mental fatigue just creeping in towards the end.
Yep.
Ball coming in, headed straight back out.
Are you suggesting I'm being a bit harsh?
No, not really, because their standards are that high that they would be disappointed with that, no doubt. And you're only stating the obvious there. So, yeah, no, I agree with you. They would be disappointed, and they know that that will need to be better in the next stages.
Yeah.
All the way back to Harpass. All offside there between both goalkeepers. 5 minutes left of the match. Ball with now Captain Carmody with Solana coming off.
Captain Carmody's got a ring to it, hasn't it? It's like a superhero or something.
Cirillo. Another long ball. All the way to Carmody.
Captain Carmody.
Metro probably just looking to wind down the clock and finish off this match. Very high ball in. Staying in, however.
Handball.
Referee hasn't seen it. Birkalla get to keep possession and play on. No foul, says the referee. They try and call for it. Metro just passing the ball about with ease. Even their risks are working out for them. Nagamatsu, just as I say, that touch evading himself. Will Looking for over the top. Now Gow. Still going himself. Hamish Gow. Unable to get through a few. Trying to look for a solo effort maybe there. Ball will go out. Both benches emptied out. Throw in for Nagel. It's a long ball. Still looking for it. Shot getting off. Wide of the goal.
Good effort. Nice long ball over to the far post. Temelkoski would have hit that in the volley and off the underside of the bar, wouldn't he? And then calmly walked away like an assassin.
Just another day's work.
Yeah.
Of course, this match is a semi-final as well for the Federation Cup. West Torrens Birkalla, 6-time winners of that. Metro 5-time winners, so if they do win this and then win that final as well, they'll be equal with them. Cleared out. David, have a guess. Who has won the SA Federation Cup the most? If you had to have a guess.
Who has won the SA Federation Cup the most? So this is this won't include the likes of Adelaide City, who would have played. They would have played in the NSL instead of this.
I think it's all time.
All time. Is it a trick question? You've got that look in your face.
What do you mean a trick question?
Adelaide City.
Yes.
Who's second?
Yeah.
Adelaide Croatia Raiders with 10. So Adelaide City with 18 wins and Raiders with 10.
Wow.
Then, actually no, sorry, West Torrens as a club themselves equal in 7th with Adelaide Blue Eagles. And then West Torrens Birkalla as that combined club equal with Croydon with 6 wins.
Okay.
So technically, combined, well, that's 13 for West Torrens Birkalla / West Torrens.
I'd imagine Azuri, Adelaide Blue Eagles would be up there as well, would they?
Equal third with West Torrens, 7 wins of the Cup. Of course, this being the qualifying final for the Australia Cup. Team to have won the current version of that is, of course, Adelaide United. Last final was in 2019 against Melbourne City, winning 4-0 at Highmarsh Stadium. Before that, winning 2-1 against Sydney FC. Of course, last year, MacArthur, new A-League side, playing against an NPL side. First time in the Australia Cup final in Sydney United 58. Them coming out 2-0 loss for Sydney United. But they had a great campaign in the Australia Cup, beating Western United and Brisbane Roar, 2 A-League sides. Brisbane Roar at the time still had Charlie Austin. There's a shot coming in there. In 4 minutes of additional time now.
And who can forget Adelaide City's run that year when they beat Western Sydney? Western Sydney was still relatively new to the league back then, and I think we're even the current Asian champions at the time.
I think so, yeah. That was when it was still the FA Cup. I think that was the first FA Cup season we had here.
Yeah. Thomas Love's solo goal, still a highlight.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Nagamatsu in the centre, looking to finish it off. Over the bar by Michael Chittadini.
Needed to keep it low, didn't he? I mean, he needed to get over the goalkeeper, but he needed to keep it a bit lower. He sort of spooned it. Not that it matters too much. We're 2 minutes into the 4 minutes of additional time. Can't see Birkalla coming back now, to be honest.
Not to toot my own horn either, but when I was giving my score prediction to my sister earlier on. I guess 5-0.
Yeah, no, you said to your sister.
No, we're going in. No, it's not.
Oh, Seb, just as you came out with that.
My score prediction stays for now.
You're supposed to give us your score prediction before it starts, not.
Yeah, but if I tell you now, then I'm probably more likely to be right. So. Nagel. Nagamatsu. Maybe a last opportunity for Metro. Looking in there for Woodfin. In the middle.
Oh, my goodness me.
And somehow he's missed.
Wow.
Michael Cittadini nearly getting another. Had 2 opportunities in a row.
I wonder if he installed that fence behind the goals and just testing to see if it works.
So that's 2 good opportunities in the last couple of minutes. The first one from Ren Magazuto, and then Cittadini's chance there. And I don't know, maybe I go back to what I was saying before, and there's just some signs in this Metro team that I think our holes will need to address before they go into a round of 32 match against potentially one of the big teams, because
bit risky there to leave it for comedy.
Just these sort of wayward passes, these opportunities they've had that they possibly should have put away, just leave me a little bit unconvinced, a little bit doubtful.
But now the clock just ticking down, so Metro able to celebrate their qualification to the round of 32. Maybe an opportunity for Cittadini again. 3 opportunities in about 5 minutes that he hasn't scored.
Could have been 8-0.
And that's it there. One small step into the cup final and a giant leap into the round of 32 for MetroStars. Will be representing South Australia on the national stage. That hat-trick from James Temelkovski. And Michael Cittadini with a brace. Probably maybe could have gotten 4 or 5 in the end. We'll cross down a bed in a minute for full-time interviews, but David, Metro deserved winners today, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So they were, as we kind of expected, the better of the 2 sides quite comfortably. They're playing at a different level of football, both in terms of the table and also what they're doing on the park. That game just turned out the way we expected, I think. But, it's not often you see a 5-0 game and you come away thinking, it was exciting. But it was good to watch. There was some good football played down there. And I think Ben's got one of the MetroStars players down there that he can now give us a little bit
Man of the match and hat-trick
we'll
hero.
get down to you.
Yes, James Temelkovski. James, fantastic match. How do you feel?
It's good. It's good to get the win. The boys did really well. Birkalla did well, but we just did our job here. It's great to be in the final as well, so it was a good game from the boys as well.
And South Australians don't know a lot about you. I did hear an interview of you recently on Kicking It Local, but what's your history so far? Have you participated in the FFA Cup before?
No, not really. Actually, it was like my proper first time, and it's a good first time, obviously, in round 32 now for us, so it's good. So first time, and it's good to get the final as well for us in South Australia.
And the 3rd goal, a great way to bring up your hat-trick. How did that feel as well?
It's good. The goals are good for me. I love goals. And a hat-trick as well, it's good. But most important, the win is most important for the team. But
you've certainly added a lot of value to the team. They play some great possession football, and you're the icing on the cake. But I have to ask the question, I'm sure a lot of the listeners or the viewers would like to know, ambitions for A-League? What do you think?
Oh, of course A-League's ambitions. But most important right now is to focus on Metro and see what the season comes next year for me as well. We'll see what happens.
We certainly wish you all the best. You're great to watch and fantastic. Congratulations on the result tonight and good luck for the next round. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for that, Ben. Temelkovski there has the match ball in hand. And there's that official photo to confirm they've qualified for the round of 32 as South Australian representatives to be joined alongside by either of Campbelltown or Croydon. Be a great thing to look forward to for them, David.
Yeah, absolutely. They might end up playing at home, but the chance to play against a side from interstate. It'd be funny if they drew a team from South Australia, wouldn't it? But obviously that's the big appeal, is to be playing on a national stage and to win this and qualify for that round of 32. And potentially have a trip interstate to play or play at home against a side, you know, that is playing in a NPL equivalent over in New South Wales or Western Australia, or maybe even an A-League team. That's got to be something of a career highlight, surely, for these guys. Unless they go on and play A-League themselves, which I've got a feeling a couple of them might.
MetroStars players happy to have their qualification. Ben, how's the feeling down there?
Oh, it's a good buzz. I couldn't see Danny Greystone around. I think he may already be in the change rooms, but no doubt.
He's popped the champagne already.
Yeah. Look, it's very well deserved. They were fantastic tonight. But as David said, a little bit, not sloppy so much, but you know, the job was done, I guess, the last 10, 15 minutes, if not more. A few fresh players coming on to get a game as well. But yeah, really solid performance all around for MetroStars tonight, and well-deserved winners.
Maybe Greystone's gone into the change rooms to give him a roasting for those missed chances at the end and those wayward passes. But no, that was a very good exhibition of quality football, really, you know, and top side in the state, really, for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's well, I wouldn't say 6 in a row as far as 5 league games in a row plus today's game. I don't know how far it goes back before that. I think you guys had mentioned it during the game, but yeah, absolutely fantastic, really.
And you know, hats off to Birkalla. You know, they didn't give up. Yeah, let's not write them off. Or you know, they didn't give up. They've got a bit to be proud of. They played some nice football themselves. They were just up against a side that was just far too good on the day and is just far too good this season. So hats off to Birkalla.
Hopefully they learn from the experience, take it away and regroup and go ahead with their 6-pointer this weekend against Cobras and look to get promoted back to the NPL. That will be back on, well and truly back on the agenda after tonight.
Most definitely. Metro 5-0 winners in this qualifying final. Temulkovsky with a speculative effort to get his hat-trick. And what an occasion as well here tonight. David and Ben had a great crowd in.
Yeah, there was a real buzz about the place, a good atmosphere, and there was plenty of people along here. I mean, it's a mild night, you know, so the weather's been kind, but it's good to see so many people along here to watch, so thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll bring up some goal highlights from both halves.
So the first of the night from James Temulkovsky through the legs of Nicholas Harpas. That got the night started for Metro.
Nice finish, good run from Ayobi. She kind of did all through that first half. Lovely little through ball, and
that was a brilliant pass there.
Yeah. Harpas might be a bit disappointed he didn't do better, but he's a striker on form, you know, isn't he?
Then after that one, we headed on to our second, which was a back post cross for James Temulkovsky to finish. It was a great chest down to get the assist.
Yeah, it was a lovely cross that came across there from the MetroStars to the back post. And Barbier would head it down, and then the third goal, which was a
cross-come shot. It was
cruel deflection, I would say. You reckon that was a cross-come shot?
I reckon.
Second half goals.
Through the legs again of Harpas.
Yep. Probably that play though. I mean, look at the ball work, the movement off the ball in that final.
James Temulkovsky again being the provider as well. Had a brilliant game tonight. And then you can't forget the one to finish it off from James Temulkovsky. The bicycle kick off the crossbar. And
that's just quality, isn't it? I
absolutely.
mean, you can see the Birkalla players all holding their heads, but I mean, who would stop that? Maybe they should have picked him up a bit closer. You know, he's the main man, isn't he? But a lovely finish.
As we see the lovely pitch side of ServiceFM Stadium. and we'll have a look at upcoming fixtures as well. Of course, tonight, having played out West Torrens Birkalla versus MetroStars. That was tonight, and then next Wednesday we have an all-NPL matchup between Campbell.
Big on these predictions, but you're big on these predictions after the game.
He's waiting to tell his sister first.
I think they'll be a lot more closer. I'll say that for now. It'll be a lot more closer than tonight's game, I reckon. Of course, two sides.
Australia Cup champions.
High up in the NPL. Campbelltown doing really well at the moment. And Ben, just as a nearly final thought, what have you made of the whole night as an occasion, as a football match?
Look, it's a tale of two stories for both teams. I mean, Birkalla, fantastic opportunity to play against the league leaders. There's no better challenge for any player to play against the best players and the best teams in the state. And they had that opportunity tonight. Sadly, it wasn't their night, but Metro, they came with a job to do and the opportunity to get to the next stage. Absolutely fantastic, for me. So, both teams can take a lot of positives out of tonight, regardless of the result. And for MetroStars, obviously, to regroup again and get back on track with their league campaign. And Birkalla, same thing with that. So, look, a solid performance, nice goals, great for the spectators, and a nice night here at ServiceFM.
Yes, thank you for joining us tonight, Ben. You added a lot of help for us and a lot of additional info and information, so it's great to have you tonight, Ben. Hope you enjoyed it.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
That was good. We can all go for an ice cream now, eh?
Well, that's all from us here.
I was being serious.
That's all from us here at ServiceFM Stadium. Thank you for joining me tonight, David. It was a pleasure to call us alongside you.
It was good, Seb. Thank you for having me.
All good. And join us next week for the second qualifying final between Campbelltown and Croydon. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
means the world to us, the club and the supporters. You're getting to test yourselves against some of the best teams in Australia.
There is talent here. We are going to fight for our place.
And the cup set is very much alive. Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable! And he delivers! From James Semmelkowski. That's going to be the pick of the bunch today. Australia Cup champions. 2022. Game on!
It means the world to us, the club and the supporters. You're getting to test yourselves against some of the best teams in Australia.
There is talent here. We are going to fight for our place.
And the cup set is very much alive. Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable! And he